Life be lifing. We just talking Greazy. Welcome to the show. Hey, yo. What's good, gang? What's good? How y'all doing out there tonight? How y'all doing, bro? And we back. We back with another one. You know what I'm saying? We back in the building. We feeling good. How y'all feeling? You know what I'm saying? Just how y'all feeling out there tonight, man? Good old Thursday night. You know what I'm saying? I'm back. I'm live. It's a little 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? A little 9 o'clock live. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to see who out there, see who want to tap in. You know what I'm saying? So how y'all feeling, bro? How y'all feeling? Appreciate you for everyone that's gonna tap in. You know what I'm saying? As you come in the building, please hit that like. Please drop a comment. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the link is pinned in the chat. If you want to come up, you can always come up. The link is pinned in the chat at all times. You feel me? You can always come and chop it up with your boy. But John sees the name of the title, bro. You know what I'm saying? So welcome back to the show. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's go. Like, look, now before we even start, let me say this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this episode ain't for the sensitive ones. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for the love should always be equal crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't for that. Like, this is for the folks sitting in relationships right now. Like, man, she loved me way more than I love her. And I don't know if that makes me blessed or if that makes me wrong. You know what I'm saying? These are what we talking about now. So, hey, welcome to Talking Greazy, where we don't sugarcoat nothing, we don't lie to ourselves, and we definitely don't act holy when we know we missing. Feel me? That is not what we do over here. So, welcome. You know what I'm saying? Because if we keeping it real, most relationships ain't built on equal love. See what I'm saying? Like, if we keeping it undone, they're not built on equal love. One person usually use a little harder. One person normally more invested. Like, one person praying they don't lose the other. You know what I'm saying? And the real question, it ain't should love be equal. The real question is, should you stay with someone who loves you more than you love them? You know what I'm saying? That's the real question. That's the real banger. You see what I'm saying? Because now it's a decision has to be made. Now we gotta sit down and think about it. Now we gotta figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Now don't get quiet on me. Don't pause the video. Stay right here, please. Stay right here because I promise this is gonna hit you. And it might even heal you. Then it might expose you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But whichever one it do, exactly what it's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Lord. So we here. We back. One more time. You know what I'm saying? So well, we finna jump right into it. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna jump on into it. And if you come in a little bit later and come along, that's what you just do. You know the old saying in the church, old Southern church, come along, my friend, come along, get aboard. You see what I'm saying? So if you just come along later, you come along later. But we finna rock it out. We finna go and start and walk it down through there. Feel me? So I'm gonna start off like this. Social media got us thinking love's supposed to be 50-50 at all times. But love ain't a scale. Like, it's ways. You see what I'm saying? love is waves. Like sometimes you're gonna love harder, sometimes they gonna love harder. Sometimes one person gonna be drowning while the other one riding the waves. You feel what I'm saying? Like for real. Like, and the person who loves more, usually the one doing the most. You know, the check-ins, the one that's patient, the one that had the forgiveness. You know, the it's okay, I understand speeches if you follow me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's why the other person is like, dang, they really good to me. And that right there, that's when that guilt start creeping in. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're asking, do I love them? You're asking, do I love them enough? JNYG Studios, appreciate you for tapping in. A man should always love a woman more than she loves him. It's biblically adjacent. Mm, I can't disagree with you on that. I cannot disagree with you on that. You know what I'm saying? That's absolutely correct. That's absolutely correct. But we being honest, because because I'm pretty sure everybody, well, not everybody. I'm gonna just say I think a handful of people, or a majority of the people, however you think the percentage is, but you got, hear some people say, in a relationship or to each other, I love you more than you love me, you know, whether they playing or whether they serious, they say it to each other, and immediately the other person will be like, nah, that ain't true. No, nah, I love you more. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, we being honest, that individual already know the real answer. Like they just ain't gonna say it out loud. Because let's be honest, being loved more, it feel good. And we're gonna be honest, it do feel good because it's gonna feel safe, it's gonna feel secure, it's gonna feel like somebody finally not playing games with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna feel great. But it's also, according to who you is, it's also gonna feel like pressure, because now you feel like you gotta match that energy that you don't naturally have. You got to continuously give reassurance that you don't just fully feel. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta protect somebody's heart, and you ain't even really in charge of their heart, but now you gotta protect it. You know what I'm saying? Because the love they giving you feel good because it's more than what you giving, and that's when folks start staying out of obligation instead of desire. You know what I'm saying? Like at that point. I'm sorry, I'm looking at something. Yeah. But I mean, if you follow me, come on down through here with me. You know what I'm saying? But I know somebody, a real good person. I ain't gonna lie, a real good person. I'm talking about cook, supporting, lawyer. That they ain't even got a wondering eye. You know what I'm saying? Well, not to my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like they love hard. You know what I'm saying? And the other person, they like them. You know what I'm saying? But they don't really miss them. You know what I'm saying? They don't light up when they call. You see what I'm saying? They don't feel that energy, that pull towards them. You know what I'm saying? They don't feel that I affect the world for you. You know what I'm saying? They just comfortable. And sometimes comfort would trick you into thinking that it's love. You know what I'm saying? So the big question is it wrong to stay? That's the big question. Your camera on, dude. You good? Yeah, with the camera on? All right, then cool beans. Hey, come on up then. I'm saying? Appreciate you coming in. Mic check. Mic check.
I hear you. What up? What we talking about?
All too cool in the building. Round of applause. Too cool in the building, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. We talking about
Yeah,
how you doing tonight. First of all, how you doing tonight, man?
man, I'm tired.
You say that every time.
You right?
So, so what we talking about tonight is uh, when someone loves you more than you love them, or when you
Yeah.
love someone more than they love you. Is it safe to stay or leave in that moment?
Uh, uh, uh. I'm gonna get off camera with this.
oh, that,
I'll
oh,
say,
that.
I'll say, it depends on how strong, because her love might not be going directly to you, you know.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah,
it depends on which way her love is,
yeah,
you know. I can love you, but don't love you.
righteous.
Then it can be confused. I love you God way, but I don't love you as being in a relationship.
Mm.
You know. And lots of them do that. I love you so godly, but I don't love you to be in a relationship with you. So eventually you don't want to stay where you ain't wanted.
Huh. You
No.
don't think
You're gonna
so?
get you're gonna soon get out of that relationship. You
So you
know.
don't think you can grow into that love?
No, you always got something pending against you. She don't love you, man.
I'm saying she might love you, but she don't love you more than you love her. You know what I'm saying? Like you got patience with her. You willing to go the extra mile with her. You real supportive. You real cool. But she ain't displaying all of that. Neither. She ain't displaying all of that. She love you, but she ain't in love with you as much as you are in love with her. So do you think that's dangerous to stay in that if because most of the time, and let's be honest, okay, we being honest, most of the
Yeah.
time relationships in a relationship between two people, I think now this is me, I think one person automatically loves the other person more than either or at any particular time. You know what I'm saying? I don't think no two people love each other the same amount. I don't think so now. And to me, to JYG Studio, to her comment, a man should love a woman more anyway. She said that's biblical. So I mean, so if that's the case, and I'm saying I love this woman, I know I love this woman more than this woman love me, but I'm willing to stick it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to stay in it, even though she's not displaying, even though she's not giving 110%, she's giving 95. Okay, let's just say she's giving 95%. I'm giving 110. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and to one of the things you always said, matching energy,
Right.
you know. But if I'm giving that and she's giving that, you know what I'm saying? Is it wrong for me to stay in it, thinking okay, maybe her percentage gonna creep up to my 110? You know what I'm
Yeah. And probably will never go nowhere. So if the energy ain't there,
saying?
why force it? I got a little situation where you like your energy off. No, my energy ain't off. It just my mind is somewhere else.
Yeah, kind of like
It
that
ain't
blues
nothing
song.
about. My mind is somewhere. I'm thinking about something else right now. If
Hmm.
you're not on my main radar right now, so that mean my energy off. It just means that I'm not really focused on you. Not right now. Give me a couple minutes
Mm,
till I get situated. Then I focus on
yeah,
you. But right now, I'm like, okay, there's stuff I'm doing right now that I'm trying to make sure I do before I go to bed.
yeah.
Or maybe something I disagree with. But it's like, do you want to stay in a relationship that ain't really gonna go anywhere? No, that's what you got to ask yourself. How long can I wait for her love to change?
So, do you put a time on that? Do you put a time on that to where you say you can wait?
Sometimes we don't put no time on it because we just
Right,
go along with it.
right. It because that's what I'm saying. So, if that can you say there's a time limit on love? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause love is powerful. You know what I'm saying? So, and and I got this great woman here. The only thing that's off is I'm expecting a little bit more from her. But other than that, everything good. You know what I'm saying? So why would I give up on that? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like I mean, I'm on the fence with it, like because I just believe that the love is always unbalanced anyway. So even though it's unbalanced, I still believe that it can be uh, close, not necessarily perfect, but close. Mic check, mic check. He's there. Mic check. Oh yeah, I think you tapped out.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. I hear you.
I'm answering text messages at the same time.
Okay, okay, okay.
People that energy off thing. I'm trying to play to
Yeah,
it. My energy ain't off. Don't read into what I told you long.
yeah. Uh-uh. Yeah, he is phone without so content creator partner. What type of what we gonna do? I love what we talking about there.
What did somebody
Oh,
say?
okay. Oh, I was looking at something else. I'm sorry. Okay. I was looking at something else. But yeah, that's all I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like how I'm just saying because the big question is it wrong to stay? That's the big question. And I don't think it's wrong to stay in that. I don't think it is.
So how long you gonna wait?
You can't put no time frame on that way because the scenario is I'm already in love with her. I'm loving her more than she loved me. I'm head over heels in love with her. So I'm waiting. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to go nowhere. I'm because everything is good just besides the little nuances of where we can say we're not really matching the energy on each particular level. You know what I'm saying? So I'm waiting. I'm waiting it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my recliner. My feet keep back. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Now
I'm
I ain't
ready.
go.
I'm here when you there. I'm here when you get ready.
Now I ain't, I know no no. If your energy ain't there, I'm not gonna really want to wait because I ain't got time to feel. I really ain't got time to figure out where you're at. No, no. I don't told you how I feel about it. I told you I like you. I tell you I love you. Now it's up on you. It's up on you to like, hey, where we gonna go? Please come on and tell me, hey, we just gonna be friends. Before I can ask you out of the picture.
Yeah,
But if you don't never tell me that I'm gonna wait, let's try to see where this gonna go. Communication go both ways.
that's true.
I loving you, but you ain't telling me, but you like, no, I'm not really, I love you, but I'm not really into you. So what holding you back?
Right.
My thought is who got your eyes that you trying to love also? Because if your love ain't really for fully for me, then who else you looking at?
Mm.
There's somebody, and I don't know. I tell it someone I said, uh, there's always somebody else that somebody else cut their point into.
I think you lost the ticket phone went out.
Huh?
Oh, there you go. Your
Yeah.
phone went out.
Okay. They didn't really fill your cup up. So that means that somebody else cut their point in too.
Mm.
But that might not be the case. They might not just ready to open up, not really ready to give their heart to you yet.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause you can still love a person, but you still don't want to be with them. I don't hear that too. I love you, but
Mm.
I don't know this gonna work. Wow, that how you feel? How you love me and this ain't gonna work? Make it make sense.
But could it be just what you said though? Could it be that person felt like, oh, I loved him more than he loved me? So, because you said at the beginning a while ago, you said you wouldn't probably stay in it now. So, could that person have been feeling the same thing? You know what I'm saying?
Well, if she feeling the same thing, let's talk about it. Let's figure out what's going on.
Right.
Cause I'm at the point of the of some of my situationships where I'm gonna say, hey, um, I don't think we feel the same. I don't think we feel the same way about each other.
Mm.
Or I think that something changed. I think that we're good at friends and not as a relationship. Be honest.
Right.
Be honest. So remember, I told you my time frame in March.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm getting to the point of just saying some things like, hey, I'm not really feeling this. I think we'd be best as friends. Just be cool. Chill out. We can still hang and eat every now and then, but hey, I think we'd be best as friends because you already got a situation going on. I
So
don't
you
want to go
said,
back. You know.
yeah.
So be honest.
What the world? Oh, I got some compliments. Oh, that's bull. That's bull. Okay.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm looking at something else.
How you keep looking at something else and not reading it?
Yeah. Nah, it's something on my YouTube. Looking at. Okay. Yeah, I'm back now. Never mind. Never mind. I got something to work on. Okay. All right. Anywho, yeah, back to business. Um, yeah, but see, then the question is, okay, now is that dangerous if you decide to stay in? Is it dangerous?
Yes,
Because
it's very dangerous because you're gonna end up cheating on them.
it so you saying, hold up, you saying, so who love who more in your scenario? Because you say you're going to end up cheating on them, so you saying the woman love the man more,
The man loved the
and
woman more.
so you saying the woman would end up cheating?
The man will because he gonna feel like that he been isolated, like he wasting time.
Okay, okay.
So if he wasting time, why should I continue to waste time when I can find somebody else that I can really put my love into?
Hmm.
That woman might be sitting there being faithful, but you like, hey, when you playing games, we live in society where we ain't got time to play games. Life is short. Is if you is, you is. If you ain't, you ain't. You let your yay be yay and let your nay be nay. That's how we live in.
Yeah,
So we live in a point where we're like, hey, do you want to be with me? Yes or no? No? Okay, cool. We friends. Holla.
On to the
Now,
next one.
yeah,
Okay.
what that means is I don't have to call you. I don't have to text you. I don't have to say good morning, good night, check in, or go out. I spend time with you because we just friends. Now, you're not my best friend. That's a difference. Cause my best friend, I'm gonna hang out. We're gonna go eat. We're gonna have fun. With my
Mm-hmm.
friends, I ain't got to see you every day. I ain't got to call you.
Right.
I ain't got to talk to you. Cause you just a friend.
Right.
But if you don't give me the same energy as my friend, guess what you become? Associates.
I like that.
You see, you keep dropping down. You keep dropping down. You're like, okay, now you don't exist. So I'm like, the man gonna, if she not willing to give you the same thing, then you be like, you know what? I'm wasting my
Oh,
time.
give me a second, real quick. Well, give me a second, real quick, too cool.
All
Second,
right,
real
go ahead.
quick. All right. All right. Miss Studio.
Hello.
Round of applause. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you for
Welcome.
tapping in here.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, ma'am. How you feeling out there tonight? How you feeling?
I feel well.
You feel well? Okay, okay. What you think about the topic? Anything to add to it so far?
What was the question?
Um, when someone loves you more than you love them, so the question behind the question is, should you stay?
It depends. I think when love feels unequal, we have to ask why, not
Mm,
just who's wrong. Because sometimes the energy isn't the same because one person loves more, and sometimes the energy isn't the same because one person is tired of waiting on somebody to grow, especially spiritually. It's exhausting. And at first it looks like patience, and then it becomes persistence, and eventually there's no movement and it turns into resentment. So from her side, it may not be lack of love. It may be fatigue of carrying repeated arguments or uncut promises or emotional labor or just spiritual misalignment.
mm.
Like, you waiting on growth without evidence, it starts to feel like wasting time, not being faithful. So, I mean, that's the other side of it. Because I feel like if someone consistently loves more and shows up more and invests more, and the response is always hesitation or distance, or that like that person has a right to step back, because love isn't proven by patience alone. It's proven by mutual movement. Faith don't require waiting forever, but wisdom is going to ask, is there fruit? You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I
Patience is
really do.
biblical, but so is discernment.
Mm, that's great points.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, yeah, that's a great outlook on it. I ain't think about it like that. That's a good outlook on it. Huh.
Proverbs 13 and 12 say, hope deferred makes the heart sick. So waiting without progress, it damages the love. You see what I'm saying? And Amos 3 and 3 says, can two walk together except they be agreed? So spiritual misalignment doesn't fix itself through time alone. You have to you got to come into a common ground. You got to have a conversation, and you got to really hear the other person out in order to make a decision so you can make an informed decision, as opposed to like throwing things away when you've invested so much of your time, albeit something that you can't get back.
It's true. You can't get that time back.
Yeah, time is
Yeah,
precious.
can't get it back. Okay. Whew. Okay. Yeah, you just came in with a load. Then. Okay.
Time
Okay.
is
That makes
precious.
very good sense. The way you added that to it, your spin on it, rather, or how you view it. Because like I said, I wouldn't even think about it that way, but it's very enlightening.
Right. So then the question isn't who loves more. The question is love moving in the same direction?
Hmm. So okay. To your point, that should be the underlying question, not just should you stay, but who's should be another question behind should you stay, and it should be are we moving in the same direction?
Right.
Right? Okay. Okay. Hmm.
Now, I'll say that does make sense because different directions, which also combined with unequal, and also include alignment. So if both of y'all going in a totally different direction, my opinion, the relationship ain't gonna be able to stand because you ain't lined up and you just one going one direction, one going another direction. I'd say, for example, is you may think about marriage, but she probably want to wait because we still got some stuff that we got to deal with. But to you, we come together, we making fix it. But she like, I got some own personal stuff I got to deal with before we get to marriage. You know, financial situations. I got stuff that I got to deal with in order for this marriage to work.
Hmm. But see, it still raises the question that I've been asking the whole live. Like, okay, even if we are going in two different directions, right? How long, or is there a limit on how long you wait? Like, cause if you really love somebody, okay, let's just say we really love this person, you know, and I'm loving this person more than the other person loving me. Whoop de whoop, you know what I'm saying? But we're not headed in the same direction. But how long do you do that before you say, okay, yeah, I'm willing to get this up, even though I'm deeply in love with this person? Because I'm not, like I said earlier, I'm not willing to give it up. I'm a wait. You know what I'm saying? Because I still feel like even though we are going in the different directions, I feel like the love that we have for each other will eventually get us in the same direction. So, do y'all feel the same way, or y'all just gonna give up on it, or do you continue to wait, or
So, if I may, yes, there has to be a limit, not on love, but on waiting without movement. Because love doesn't require like a stopwatch, but it does require like evidence. So, I feel like healthy waiting is when there's like consistent effort, visible growth, accountability, alignment over time, because you're not going to agree on everything all the time, right? But I feel like waiting becomes unhealthy when there's like repeated arguments, the same promises recycled, no fruit, no timeline, no, and a lot of emotional exhaustion. Because deep love doesn't mean infinite patience, because patience without progress turns into self abandonment. You see what I'm saying? Like
right?
Proverbs 4:23 says, guard your heart with all diligence. So you're guarding your heart. That includes knowing when waiting is costing you peace. And then Matthew 7:16 is like, you shall know them by their fruits. So in this scenario, time reveals the fruit or the lack of it. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the limit is when waiting requires you to shrink or suppress your needs or ignore what God is showing you. Like loving somebody deeply is not a foolish thing to do, but you got to be wise. And wisdom asks, is this person growing on their own or only when I'm upset? Is God confirming his peace or sending warnings that I keep overriding for whatever reason? You got to ask, am I waiting with faith or waiting out of fear to lose something or fear of loss?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because sometimes letting go isn't giving up on love, it's protecting it.
Ah, hey,
Now that
tough
makes
statement.
sense.
It's a tough statement. That's a tough statement right there. Okay.
That makes sense.
Cool, cool.
That does make sense. Protecting the love. Yeah, that's deep. But
You stutter.
yeah, it made me think. She made me think. She made me think. How long should you have that love protected?
Hmm.
You know,
Good question.
I've been guarding my heart for a while. you
So,
know,
so, so let me hop in there real quick. So, too cool. You saying how long should the love be protected after you leave? That what you
even
saying?
after or even while you in the relationship.
Okay, 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 okay.
You see, that's
Well,
there, there are two. Go
I
ahead,
was
Miss
going to
Studio.
say, I think love should be protected as long as protection doesn't turn into like self neglect. You get what I'm saying? Because, like, I feel like protection is healthy when it preserves, right? It needs to preserve your peace and your dignity and your obedience to God and your emotional stability. But then when it becomes unhealthy, it requires you to suppress your needs or tolerate stagnation or ignore repeated red flags or even postpone the calling that God gave you. So I don't think the question is like how long in terms of time. It's like how long before protection turns into postponement, right? Because
Uh-huh.
Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, to everything there's a season. It goes on to say something else, but that's the part I want to highlight. And there's like a season to guard something, a season to wait on something, a season to release something. And protection has a purpose, you know? So, like Proverbs 19:2, it says something like desire without knowledge is not good. And so, if you're loving somebody deeply without discernment, that doesn't honor God. It's just literally going to exhaust you. You see what I'm saying? So, like, when protection is the only thing keeping love alive, it may already be over.
Oh shoot. Okay. Mm, mm.
I mean, protecting love doesn't mean you failed, and letting go doesn't mean you didn't love enough. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is stop guarding what God is no longer growing. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But we have a lot of people. And to your point, what you just stated earlier, a few minutes ago, you stated that not being afraid for that loss or to lose that that love or that person. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people run into too. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't want to hurt the other person," or "What if I don't find nobody better?" You know what I'm saying? Or they'll say, "At least this person loved me." You know what I'm saying? And is willing to stay in it for them reasons. You know what I'm saying? And I know that them are selfish reasons, but a lot of people choose that over the honesty of like you said, leaving is actually protecting the love. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just for me, I'm willing. I feel like long as it don't affect or hinder my peace more than I have peace, then I feel like it's time to move on. You know what I'm saying? But if I have more peace than not peace, I feel like it's a great chance that this relationship can still work. We can still um grow into each other and eventually get on that same page going forward. Because I think that plays a major part into it too. Because even though I love you, or even though you love me, or even though I love you more than you love me, like I still need to be certain aspects of the relationship that's great to me to
So you
even
basically saying
want
we are
to go
sharing
through that.
peace.
Yeah. It still got to be certain aspects to, to even still want to, like they say in the old way that people used to say, you weigh your pros and cons. You know what I'm saying? And if your pro outweigh your cons, then most of the time you kind of choose whatever that is in that situation. And a lot of times that's what I think. If I'm happier in this relationship more than I'm not happy in it, then why would I give up on that?
I actually
You know?
agree a lot with a lot of that, especially the part about peace being the line, because staying just to avoid loss is very human. It's a very human thing to do. And a lot of people don't stay because the love is healthy. They stay because being loved at all feels safer than being alone. And that doesn't make them
Right.
That's
like
true.
a weak person, right? It makes them honest about fear. But like I feel like it's an important distinction here that we should make. Like there's a difference between being loved and being aligned. And someone, excuse me, can love you deeply and still be, the wrong person to build with. Like
Oh,
choosing to
Whew.
stay
That-
because at least this person loves me, that can quietly
whew.
turn into choosing like familiar pain over unknown peace. And I do agree with you
Mm,
that peace is like the gauge, but peace has layers. And sometimes what we call peace is like actually comfort or routine or
mm,
like emotional anesthesia, or like relief from loneliness. And like real peace doesn't mean like you're saying like, oh, this doesn't disturb me too much. Like it means like this doesn't pull me away from who God is calling me to be. So I think the wisdom here is like you stay as long as like the love is growing and producing fruit, and leave when staying requires you to shrink or stall or compromise your calling, because like letting go isn't rejecting that love. Sometimes it's honoring it by refusing to let it decay into resentment from the other person or even from yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like choosing yourself isn't selfish when staying would cost you your peace and your purpose and your obedience to God. Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Too cool. Where you at?
but that peace, and she said something about peace, man. You don't understand about peace, but I'm saying it just happened. Peace totally is a good thing. When your peace is not disturbed, and that's one thing I'm gaining. I'm like, hey, please don't disturb my peace. Cause once you disturb my peace, then I'm gonna no, but me now, I'm gonna exit out because I'm always gonna feel some type of way that you don't your best interest ain't for me. That makes sense. That makes sense. But yeah, the hit on that piece, man. Hey, most sometimes that love just like, hey, that love may be strong, but when they disrupt your peace, especially your peace at home, where you're supposed to have it at, that makes sense. Where you're supposed to have it at home, when they disrupt your peace at home.
Mm. So yeah. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. But see and that's what I'm saying. Like, so now if your peace is disrupted at home, then there lies maybe a reason to say, okay, yeah, even though I love you, like whoop the whoop, or even though you love me more than I love you, whatever situation may be, either or, you know, then there lies a chance to say, okay, yeah, maybe this won't work. You know what I'm saying? But if you giving more love than she's giving, dude. But my thing is this, okay, because I believe this. I believe this. I believe when we meet people, and this is my opinion, when we meet people that we are supposed to be with, that person would not be everything they're supposed to be for you when you first meet them. I believe when you meet the person that you're supposed to be with, that's when the growth happens. Now, I could be wrong, but that's just what I believe. Because I believe we have to grow into whoever we decide to be with because everyone is different. You know what I'm saying? Like I might have A over here and I might grow to be a nice um a nice cook or a nice chef in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? And that might be what she loves. You know what I'm saying? And then it's a great relationship. But then I got B over here, and B, when I'm dating B or when I'm in a relationship with B, now I got to grow into being a great builder because she like a person that builds stuff for her. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think when we first meet the person that we are supposed to be with that we come all put together. I think we learn each other and then we grow into who we supposed to be for that individual.
I actually agree with that. Growth absolutely happens in a relationship because nobody meets their person fully formed. We all grow with someone, right? But I think the distinction that we have to make is what kind of growth we're talking about. Like, there's a difference between developmental growth and directional growth because developmental growth is normal, like learning how to communicate better, maturing emotionally, or growing in patience and leadership or consistency. Like that kind of growth does happen in a relationship, but directional growth is different. Like directional growth is about values and faith trajectory and a vision for life and willingness to take responsibility. Like that growth has to already be pointed in the same direction because growth in a relationship should be about becoming a better version of yourselves, not about convincing someone to want what you want or to become who they've never shown themselves willing to be. So when I say, because y'all paused earlier when I said somebody can, someone can love you deeply and still be the wrong person to build with, y'all kind of paused.
Yeah,
When I
that,
say
that.
that, I don't mean that they're bad or incapable of growth. I mean that they may not be growing toward the same destination. They may not be growing at the same pace, or they may not be growing by choice, right? Growth that only happens because someone is waiting or pushing or sacrificing themselves is not partnership. That's pressure on the other person. You see what I'm saying? Like healthy growth grows together, not at somebody else's expense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. And see, and that's the thing, because you just mentioned something I want to touch on too. It just was on the back of my mind. But you just mentioned healthy growth, okay? And I'm finna tie this into something else. But healthy growth and healthy love like a lot of times people don't understand that when you talk about healthy love, because it seems kind of, to most people, I think anyway, it seems kind of boring at first. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
and and for the people that understands love and growth with love, like it's a mindset and understanding, because when we say this, a lot of time people just want to start off with the instant fireworks. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to start off with it being all this great story right off the front. But a lot of times it ain't that. Like a lot of times it's a slow burn into that, into the magical fireworks. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when we gotta ask ourselves, like, okay, am I emotional unavailable? Am I genuine? You know,
What about
not.
going from your trauma, healing from your traumas?
Whew,
Cause I'm
What about
learning.
it?
I'm sorry about bringing it up, but I'm learning. A lot of relationships, once you get to know a person and once y'all go in depth with a conversation, there are other traumas and triggers that cause the relationship not to work. But if you don't
That's
never
true.
talk about their traumas, and you never talk about their triggers, then you'll never be able to grow together. That makes sense. Because how can I know I'm doing something wrong if you never tell me I'm doing something wrong? Now I can't get mad. You say, "Hey, you doing a repeating thing that my ex doing." You just inform me. It's different from telling me than informing me. Informing me let me know that okay, I see Melvin. You need please don't do that no more. My bad, my man. I didn't know that was the trigger. But the, but to bring up in an argument, you doing the same thing Johnny did. Is it like now you comparing me?
Mm-hmm. Growth and trauma. Okay.
Hmm.
Um.
So I think both of those points are true, and that they actually explain each other. Um, what Mr. Greasy said and what Mr. Tuku said. Like I think healthy love often is a slow burn, and it doesn't always start with fireworks, and it starts with like this safety and consistency and curiosity. And people who are like used to chaos, it feels boring to them at first. But that's where the second point matters. When someone who hasn't processed their trauma, slow and healthy doesn't feel peaceful, it feels unfamiliar. And trauma wires people to recognize intensity as connection. So when a relationship doesn't trigger adrenaline or anxiety or emotional heights, they start questioning it or unknowingly sabotaging it. And that's where the triggers come in. Like triggers don't mean that you're a broken person, they're signals, right? But there's a like you said there, I feel like there's a difference of informing your partner about your trauma and then comparing them to the past. He's right about that. Like informing sounds like this is something I'm still healing from, like this
Hmm.
is what helps me feel safe, here's what I'm working through. And comparison sounds just like what he said, like you're doing the same thing they did, this always ends the same, or I know how this goes, you know. One of them invites understanding and the other one stops the growth in a relationship. So when that trauma turns the relationship or runs the relationship instead of being addressed within the relationship, that growth stalls. And it's not because like love isn't there, it's probably because the fear keeps hijacking that process, so that emotional growth isn't in love. Like it's like it's about both people being willing to notice their triggers and take responsibility for their healing and not punish the present for the past. Because like what Taka Greasy said, healthy love grows slowly, but it still grows forward. And if trauma
Mm,
keeps the relationship stuck in survival mode, that's not the slow burn that we're talking about. That's literally stagnation.
mm, okay. Hey, yeah. Listen, okay, now my question is this. Okay, so let me ask y'all this since we brought it up, since it's too cool brought up trauma. Okay, so now we're talking about uh how you put it, trauma. You put it some other way. You ain't just say trauma. You said growing through trauma. That's what you said. Okay, so let me ask y'all this because I hear a lot of people say certain things like they'll say, oh, if you broke, you shouldn't be dating. Oh, if
He
you
said growing from trauma.
yeah, okay, growing from trauma. Okay, right. Okay. So, but I heard a lot of people say, okay, if you broke, you shouldn't be dating. If you're
Right,
not um what's the other thing people say? If you're not emotionally stable, you shouldn't be dating. If you
right,
don't know what you want, you shouldn't be dating. I've heard
right.
people say majority of these things. Okay, so can we throw that in the category? Can that be in there too? That if we hadn't grew from our trauma or triggers, can that should we be dating?
No, that's an easy one. No, you shouldn't be. If the trauma is habilitating, like, or debilitating, that's the word I want to use. If the trauma is debilitating, no, you should be to a point of growth through the trauma or healed to a point where you can function normally. Like not having flashes, not spazzing out, talking to yourself, not you it it goes along with emotional maturity. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
if you're like going from 0 to 1,000 with just
Real
one
quick.
sentence, what somebody said, then you're probably still triggered by the thing that's holding you captive, which is the trauma. And you probably should pray about that and get through it. Like for instance, some people are like open people, like, and they give money freely. They buy things for their lovers and boyfriends and significant others and stuff like that, and they don't think twice about it because this is just who they are. But then they run into somebody who abuses their finances, and then they become really stingy, moving forward, because they don't want the hurt of being abused financially, because last time, they may have lost their house or their car behind it. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so they set up a boundary and they say, hey, I deal with money this type of way. And you're not okay with that. That's not, I don't feel like that's a reason to like break up. I feel like y'all should talk through it because they have a very valid reason for why they feel the way that they feel. And they came to you and explained it to you. So any reasonable person to be like, okay, this thing hurts them. Let me not do this thing that hurts them. You see what I'm saying? Let's find a solution to how we can still coexist because let's just be honest, dating costs money, marriage costs money, being in any type of relationship with anybody ever, it costs money.
Cost money.
You see what I'm
You lying.
saying? You're
Right,
gonna you're gonna need money for
right.
driving, you're gonna need money for food. You see what I'm saying? So it costs money. Gonna need money to look good. So you might want to talk about that as opposed to like throwing it away like, oh, I don't want to deal with somebody who um is stingy with their money. It might be a reason why. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not there to manipulate them, you wouldn't have gotten upset about it anyway. Because that's all
Right.
manipulators are gonna do. They're gonna get upset that you have the boundary and that they can't manipulate you. That's how you can spot them. You see what I'm saying? So like,
Mm.
but a reasonable person who's not there for manipulation is gonna be like, okay, what can I do? Let's talk about this. Let's do X, Y, and Z so that we can get past this boundary. Let me help you with this trauma. Or let me point you in the direction of someone who can help you with this trauma. Like, here's an organization that do you want to take this class with me that's free on Eventbrite? You know what I'm saying? About money. Like, it's a lot of different ways you could go about that, but just throwing it away speaks more to your character than it does theirs if they're being frank about what the trauma is.
Mm. Okay, so now with the way you worded it, and I think if I heard you correctly, you're basically saying that. Dang, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. You basically saying that we should be if it's our significant other, boyfriend or girlfriend, whichever way we want to put it. If we're in a relationship with somebody, you said we should be basically trying to help them through the trauma, or should they be trying to fix that trauma on their own? You know what I'm
It
saying?
depends on what kind of trauma it is, because money trauma is very different from sex trauma. Sex trauma is very different from, mommy and daddy issues. It depends on what that person has gone through. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no catch all way to fix everything, unless we are saying, like, Jesus is the catch all way because he can help them through that. Like, they should be doing it themselves, like working through it actively, or have healed from it. And you should be willing to add to that, because what's the purpose of like being in a relationship, like saying like, oh, this is my forever person, but you never have any interest ever in trying to help them? Like, do you really love them? You see what I'm saying? Like, because that's what love
Mm,
is. Like, the purest form of love is like servitude, humility. And so I'm not gonna see like a kid crying in the rain with no jacket on and say, oh, I love all children, and never try to, like, I see that child and I don't try to help them. Like, no, I'm gonna pull over. Hey, where your parents at? Do you know where you are? Let's call the police. You see what I'm saying? And in the same way, in a relationship, depending on what kind of trauma it is, I feel like there's always a step or a solution that people can talk through, and to get to the next level. But if a person is unwilling, maybe, and I'm not saying that people don't have the capacity to deal with stuff, because let's just be honest, you might run into a person that you're really compatible with, but you just, because of your trauma, you don't have the capacity to deal with their trauma. And that's okay. It's okay to walk away from that, because that's being honest with yourself. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to waste nobody's time.
Mm.
okay, but can we say it's wasting time if we get with somebody that even though we may feel like I'm not compatible with this person, but I'm so in love with this person, and I feel like I can get there. You know what I'm saying? So is it
Wait, what? You said you're not
is
compatible, but you're in love?
yeah,
Is that what you
yeah, yes, because you can meet people that you're not compatible with, but still, I think in a way fall for them. You know what I'm saying? And and it's like, okay, yeah, I still love them. I'm in love with them. So um, I wouldn't consider it wasting time or wasting anyone's time at that moment because most men feel like anyway, most men feel like I could be whatever that woman needs me to be. You know what I'm saying? So to a man, in my opinion, in a way, you got another man on the panel, but in my opinion, to a man, um, I don't think he's ever gonna say at first that he's. I'm talking about a man that actually looking for a relationship. Man, I ain't talking about a manipulator. I ain't talking about somebody just trying to have sex. I ain't talking about just trying to somebody just trying to look for a little hookup or FWB. I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about a man actually looking for a relationship. So a man actually looking for a relationship, I really don't think that man is gonna ever say that he's wasting her time because most men think if he's actually trying to be with this woman that he could be everything that that woman wants him to be. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So
So, so from a woman's perspective, yes, it can become a waste of time, if even if the love is real. And that's the painful part from a woman, because like, women don't leave first when there's no love. They leave when there's no alignment. A woman can be deeply in love and still realize like, we want different futures and we're growing in different directions, and I'm doing more labor, or I'm waiting while you're searching, or I'm investing while you're deciding. From our side, accountability doesn't feel theoretical, it feels like delay. And time matters to women, not because we're impatient, but because many of us are building with intention, like biological clocks, emotional capacity, spiritual time lines, family goals and stuff. So when a man says, I love you, but we're not compatible, like a woman is going to hear, I love you enough to stay, but not enough to build. You see what I'm saying? Like staying in that space and living without alignment, it slowly drains us because God created us to nurture. The man is supposed to give us something to nurture. You give us a house, we make it a home. You give us a seed, we make it a baby. You give us a building, we turn it into an enterprise, or a business and we turn it into an enterprise. You see what I'm saying? And it's
Mm-hmm.
not because we don't care, but because we love. I feel like love without movement becomes like this emotional limbo for women. And from a woman's perspective, love should feel like progress, not a pause. Growth should be mutual, not one sided. And patience should have a direction and not just hope. So, yes, if incompatibility is clear and ongoing, like even a deep love can turn into a waste of time. Not wasted emotion and not wasted lessons, but wasted potential because men often miss that a woman walks away from somebody she loves. When she does that, it's usually because she's tired. She's already tired of communicating. She's already tired of waiting. She's already tired of adjusting and praying and hoping. Like, leaving wasn't her first choice. Like, it's her last act of self respect. And that's why she left. So, no, love doesn't like make it a waste of time, but love without alignment and without growth and without shared direction, yeah, that eventually costs a woman more than it gives, you know?
Yes.
Mm,
Too cool. Get in there. Yes, sir.
she said a lot.
Yeah, Lord. Yeah, Lord.
Yeah, Lord. She said a lot. 'Cause I saw all categories. I saw all kind of categories.
Trying to be
I'm gonna
thorough.
I'm gonna hit on the trauma. I'm hit on the trauma. Uh, I brought up something with this female a couple of days ago. I'm like, and I said, "Will you have time for me?" She like, "You don't say that 3 times. What you mean?" I'm like, "Because that's the trauma I'm having with you. Will you have no time for me?"
Mm.
So I addressed the issue. She got quiet, but she's like, "I think we just need to be friends." So you don't give me my answer. The next day, she's like, "I will make time for you." Then I did it last year. I'm like, "Nope."
So, so
Mm.
you got trauma with now, why did you laugh? This still making me laugh. Oh, so you got trauma with people not making time for you, basically what you're
If you're gonna be with Melvin, too cool.
saying.
You're gonna be with too cool. Too cool requires attention, time, support. So if you're gonna come involved with him, then you got to realize this what he's requiring of you,
That
and you
makes
can't
sense.
you can't give me this. Then I'm like, okay, ain't gonna work out. It just ain't gonna work out.
From a
I'm,
woman's perspective, I actually understand why you said no, even if her response makes sense too.
hmm
Um, so I can understand how you heard, and I'm not saying she said this, but I can understand how you heard like I'm not a priority, right? So when you asked the question, "Do you have time for me?" and her answer was, "We should just be friends." I don't think that wasn't about trauma anymore. Like that was about capacity and positioning. And then when she came back the next day and was like, "I can make time for you," like what changed, it wasn't the schedule that changed, it was the fear of loss, right? So for a man who's serious about a relationship, that kind of matters because consistency matters more than correction. So I feel
Right.
like your no to her, because you said nope, right?
Basically.
Yeah. So I feel like that was discernment. I feel like you handled that well because trauma explains hesitation, but it doesn't erase the impacts of mixed signals. And that was definitely a mixed signal for sure. Like she may have been honest in the moment, but that doesn't always equal alignment. And if somebody is not trying to spend time with you, or they want to keep the time pacing the way that it is, if you really wanted the relationship, I would have asked what changed your mind and have her to explain, because it's possible that something else could have changed her mind, and it's possible it could have been fear of loss. But you'll never know now because you said no, and that's
So
that's
it
cool too.
yeah, so I left that kind of open. But I'll say lots
Oh
of
no, you
times
closed the door. You slammed it shut. You slammed it shut now.
I slam shut.
Yeah, you slammed it shut.
Oh, my
That
bad.
was definitive. Nope. Nope. That was definitive. If that was me
Now,
and I had done that,
you
and
You
somebody
know,
told me nope after
you
I
know,
had like a mixed signal, I would have rathered him ask me like, well, what changed your mind, so I could have had time to explain. But also, I'm also not that person. I don't know what she was feeling or what she was thinking or what happened in her living room. You know what I'm saying?
no,
And yeah, and because you feel a certain way because of the things that you lived, and I feel like that was fine. Like there, I don't feel like you did anything wrong
no, it just
unless you're lying to yourself.
I don't
Like
know.
if you were honest, to
don't know.
yourself, he'll know. Like okay, if you were honest,
Cause see, it's like, okay, why do you, like you said,
trauma.
it was like, why do you say yes all of a sudden? Cause I'm finna get ready to
You should have
ask
asked
you,
that then, right?
you know,
Like I mean, if you had questions, you should have like took out time and like when she said okay the next day when she called or you called whatever when y'all spoke the next day and she was like okay I can give you time. You should have like right then if you were curious at all you should have been like okay so I don't mean to be weird but like your answer was different yesterday like what
what
changed?
happened,
Yeah,
basically.
what happened? Like why are you so available now? And you was like you thought we should be friends yesterday. Like I would have definitely answered because it could have been a valid answer. It could have been something going on and like something she may have had needed to commit to time wise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Cause,
Yeah.
I
cause
think,
people have stuff happen all the time. Like people like grandparents and stuff fall ill. Some people the only child now and they gotta take care of ill parents. Sometimes work stuff could come up and maybe she was looking at her schedule. You never know. Like sometimes it could have been a health issue that she didn't feel comfortable explaining with, that she needed to go to doctor's appointments in the near future. You know what I'm saying? Like it could have been anything.
yeah,
But
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 she
saying
came
nope,
back and explained it. It was the kids situation.
see?
And she like, these other two kids I adopted, they finna go back to their grandparents. I'm like, oh. And she's like, the other one, they can, I got them. So like in the midst of a conversation of the next day, she kind of explained it. And I'm like, oh, that's why you got time now. Cause I'm like, okay, you
See?
said no.
Yeah, that
But
makes
I'm
sense.
like, you got to know you didn't actually explain that to me the day before. Because I don't ask you out of the picture. But no, those traumas and the one about the love, one about the love. I ain't got long. I gotta get these girls ready for something. The one about the love, you can love somebody so much, and you think the same love on the same page, but they still don't want to be with you. Y'all
Mm,
catch that?
mhm,
Mm.
And no matter how many times y'all say y'all love each other, it's still that question: why we can't be?
right.
Why? What's wrong? What's going on? We both understand we got a powerful connection. So why we can't be?
But that means one,
I
one,
mean,
one of
that's a
y'all
real.
lying.
That's
You
well,
know,
I mean, sometimes you run into guys who say stuff like, "Oh, things didn't fall the way that they were supposed to," or like people. Sometimes people give vague answers, like, "Oh, I got some stuff going on," and it's like no explanation. So I get what you're saying, like why you can't be. I get that.
um, I am Aries said sound like you got drama and trauma.
all the time.
That's different.
That's why I'm single.
but but no, I mean to your second statement, bro. I mean, I just think like it's according to who asking the question though. Who asking the question is the woman or the man asking the question? Whoever's asking the question, I think the other person just really ain't trying to be with the individual. You know what I'm saying? Because if we sitting up here tell each other we in love with each other and stuff like that, like it shouldn't be no
Right.
reason we shouldn't be together. There should be no excuse
Right.
because either you
And
lying to me or I'm lying to you.
so what do you say about the vague answers when one person
Oh,
inquires and like, well, why can't we be together? Oh, well, some came up or, things not falling in place. Like, what do you say to those vague answers when the other person need clarity?
um, you asking me or too cool? Who you asking? Either
I'm
one.
asking you.
Oh, you asking me? Okay, okay. Well, a lot of times I think with vague answers, I think a lot of times people don't know how to explain themselves very well when they dealing with certain things. Um,
Sounds like a
a
them
lot, a lot,
problem.
that is a dim problem. That is. Now I'm not disagreeing with you on that because a lot of people ain't put a lot of thought process into um whether it's expanding their vocabulary, whether it's learning the ins and out of how to explain their love life or how to. A lot of people ain't even sat down and just really learn they self. You know what I'm saying? It's just me being honest, and I mean, and speaking from experience too. Shoot, I didn't have a woman ask me 50 questions I couldn't answer that I didn't
Okay,
even
too
know
cool.
about.
What you
I
think?
didn't even know about. Oh, okay, well, it's cut me off then. Whoop, whoop,
Oh,
whoop.
my bad. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I thought you was finished.
Nah,
My
nah, you don't
apologies.
move the goalpost. Now it's over too cool. Now rock out, bro.
What I think, oh man,
Yeah, what you think about the vague answers? Like, if your significant other is asking you like more to your question, like why can't we be, and then the answer is like, oh well, I got stuff going on, or stuff didn't fall the way I thought it was gonna fall. What does that mean to you?
you
Like,
give me excuses
mm,
of why we can't be, and I'm like, don't give me excuses. Give me the truth. Tell me
mm,
what's wrong. What can I do? Then I want to find out what can I do to make you to prove that I'm worthy of being with you. I'm always trying to prove to you prove to you and myself that I am enough. You get that?
yeah,
Um,
but let
you
me ask
know,
you this: how many times? Okay, let's say hypothetically speaking, this person has asked you this over 5 different times, and that was always the answer. Then what do you think that person should do? The person that's waiting on the answer.
I think we need some time. I think we need some time. I think we need to figure out where we're gonna go next because your answer don't make
Mm,
sense.
Well
mm,
spoken.
You
mm.
know, I've been asking
Oh,
you. No, it's just I've been asking these questions and you ain't give me no answer. And you like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. You know what? I need you to figure out what you want to do. But see, you gotta give a time limit. I'm giving you 2 weeks to figure out what you want to do.
yeah.
We go no contact.
Huh?
It's hard to go no contact with the person you love.
For two
Why
weeks,
would
it
you do
is
that?
hard.
Why would you do
Yeah.
that? Why?
I
Why would
agree
you
with
put?
that.
Why would you
That's a
put
great
yourself through that
idea.
though? But why would you put
Because
yourself through that, Miss Studio? Don't agree with that. Don't agree.
because
Come.
let me go say this before I leave. Because you want her mind to be always on you. Because see, if I say no, if you say no contact, that means I'm waking up like, man, I gotta tell her good. I can't tell her good morning. Man, I want to tell her how my day. I can't tell her how my day going. Man, I want to tell her. I can't tell her good night. She on
Right.
my mind constantly because I love
Mm.
her. So by she on my mind constantly because I love her, I'm like, you know what? There ain't no reason why don't want to be with her
Mm.
because I can't get her off my mind. I do love her.
Give you perspective. That's a great point.
So now that no contact for 2 weeks, you the from a man point of view, we be like, she gonna talk to somebody else. She gonna talk to somebody else. Now you gotta put trust in her, accountability in her. You gotta believe in her. You gotta see, can you stay content and not move on? So all these stuff that build up inside that make you that you thought you had, all of them gonna have to come out sooner or later. You like, you know what? I want to be with you because these 2 weeks were hell to me. I thought
That's
about you.
good.
I prayed for you. I love you. I can't stand to be without you. You who I want to be with. And there's nothing in the world gonna keep me from away from you. So now you just tell her out, and if she don't feel the same way, that means she has somebody else on the side that was doing what you wasn't doing.
Or she got clarity
She got
from the
clarity.
2 weeks of no. Right.
Yeah, she learned that. You know what? Hey, I ain't gotta do nothing. I ain't gotta worry about him. I'm good.
So should
And
you
that was
tell the person? Would you tell the person that you're going no contact, or is this just how would you do that?
I would let them know. I'm like, hey, I think it'd be best if we go no contact with each other. Now, they might say, no, I don't agree with that. But you're like, okay, if you don't agree with it, I'm doing it in a way for me. I want to know if you really for me. And sometimes, and I,
Two
I'm gonna
weeks.
say my situationship. Some of it no contact with me, but I moved on.
See, yeah, yeah. So why are you recommending that? That don't make sense.
Until
Well,
once, wait,
yeah.
wait a minute, hold on, talking Greek, talking Greek.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
We lost you.
Until we come back and have that next conversation, she like, I had to give my time. I had to get myself together. And I'm like, I wish you would have told me. And she like, when I came back to you and trying to find to come back, you don't move on and got this person on your own. And I'm like, you should have let me know. And she's like, I was doing it for me. It's still where you like, okay, you still should let me know. I felt kind of guilty, but I'm like, you should let me know. But she's like, I had to do it for me. And I'm like, she's like, I wasn't ready to step
Yeah.
into that role. You know, see what I'm saying? I wasn't ready to step in that role, but now I got myself, I got my kids situated. I got a promotion on my job. I got myself where I need to be at now. I'm waiting on you. You see how she put it? I'm waiting on you to get yourself together for me. So
Yeah.
the no contact worked for her, but
Lost you again.
But what?
Yeah, I think his phone went out. Mic check, too cool. Mic check.
my bad, my phone going sleep mode. Okay, time for me to go to bed.
Yeah, I think this is an excellent thing that you said. This
uh,
is a great way um, to seek care. To seek clarity and to understand what the bounds of a relationship is. I mean, you can't do anything but grow stronger from it,
Right.
right? Whether you have the clarity to stay or the epiphany to leave.
so hold up. Too cool. When you say no contact, what do you mean? No, actually, no contact, no texting,
Yeah,
no talking, no video chat, like
nothing.
nothing.
No
No
seeing
seeing
each
each
Nothing.
other.
other.
None of
Nothing.
that.
What?
Nothing. Good. That's great.
How can you? It
Brother,
tests it.
brother, nah.
That's a
It
great
tests your
suggestion.
mind frame though. Talking grease, they test your mind frame. And you really do you really love this person to do that? Now, like I say, it didn't work for me because I didn't know. But now I know what she was doing. I can recommend it again to her. Let's go no contact and see can we figure this out. Because I can bring back. You did it. Let us do it together now. And let's see how this gonna work. Only thing it can do, it can hurt us or it can make us stronger.
That's good.
Boy, boy. Just, oh, Lord.
well, I enjoy my time here.
Yeah. You done set fires and stuff and told people to do certain things.
Well
I don't know why. I
said.
don't know why you said
Well
that on the
said.
podcast. No people
I,
Give
listen
I,
him
to
a
I,
this
round
stuff.
of applause. That was great.
I'm so
Give him a
grateful to be
round of
on the
applause.
talk show. I did invite some more people to join us, so hopefully tomorrow we'll have some more input. But as for this is too cool. I'm out. Y'all be blessed and have a good night.
All right, bro. Man, everyone dropped a bombshell. This studio.
Thank you for having
Been an
me.
hour 30. Been an hour and 30. Yeah. What you got for us?
Thank you for having me.
All right, appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate you for tapping in. It's always a good time when you tap in. Uh, I like your insight on a lot of stuff. So
Yeah,
it's
at the end
always
of the
very
day,
good.
love isn't just about how deeply we feel, right? It's about how clearly we show up. And people are allowed to heal, people are allowed to grow, and people are allowed to change their minds. But clarity, consistency, and timing still matter. And sometimes the most loving thing you could do isn't hold on, it's to honor the truth of the moment and move forward with respect. Thank you for the conversation tonight. Y'all stay vigilant.
Appreciate you. Mr. Yeah, for tapping in. Hey, so we back, bro. It's back to me. Oh no. Hey, but appreciate Too Cool for tapping in. Appreciate Miss Studio for tapping in. I am Aries. I see you in the chat. Appreciate you for tapping in. Um, I think it was a great conversation, great dialogue back and forth between each and every one of us that hit the panel. Um, so hopefully it resonated with somebody. Hopefully it touched somebody. Hopefully somebody got something from it, And uh, love ain't about who love more. It's about a mutual effort, mutual respect, and mutual honesty. You know what I'm saying? Like if you stay, then stay right. You know what I'm saying? If you leave, then leave clean. You know what I'm saying? Don't rob nobody of years just because you scared of loneliness. You know what I'm saying? It's being deeply loved by someone you can't fully love back. That's the loneliest place in the world. You know what I'm saying? So, but we've been over here hour and 30. Might have to start back, get started a little bit earlier. But so like I always said before I get up out of here, bro, if it touched somebody, drop a comment on the video, drop a like, or you know what I'm saying, hit that subscribe button, share it with somebody that you think might like the content, and then maybe they'll hop on the next one. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to build a culture here, a community here of people who is able to come out here and express themselves freely. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully learn something from each other. You know what I'm saying? Because what you've been through, maybe it can help fix my issues, or maybe what I've been through can help fix your issues, whatever the situation may be. But it's all about being able to talk about it and help each other out. That's the goal here. That's the community I'm trying to build here with Talking Greasy. So continue to tap in, continue to grow. Hopefully, it's only up from here. But like I always said before we get up out of here, if you got somebody you love, please go tell them, go touch them, go hug them, go spend time with them. You know what I'm saying? Because when somebody is going through today, could easily be you tomorrow. But so in closing, bro, ask yourself tonight, not tomorrow, not not when you feeling tired, not when you done went through this relationship and you done got burnt out. No, ask yourself tonight: am I staying because I love them or because they love me? The answer gonna tell you everything. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is talking greasy. You already know. Hey, but life be life. Y'all stay blessed.